Bam! There we go. There we go. What is going on? You have tuned into the livest show this side of the Mississippi. We're still trying to figure out a name for this joint, but this is where you come. This is your home for the culture, for sports, and faith. This is where everything collides right here. Right now, I'm thinking we're loosely calling this thing opinions. UPIONS. Yeah, that thing right there. Opinions. Why? Because everybody has one, and our opinion helps take you up, and that is what it's all about. So what is going on, good people? My name is Phillip Edge. If you do not know me, I welcome you to, the little thing that we got going on here, man. If you have not already done so, do me a favor, go ahead and share this out with somebody. There might be somebody who got an opinion today and they need to, go ahead and share their opinion. We want them to share their opinion. We want them to share with us what's going on, because today, y'all, we're going to be talking about some serious stuff in the world of sports. We're going to be talking about some serious things in the culture, and everything that we do is wrapped around faith. So that is what is going on. So what is up with y'all? Do me a favor real quick. If you are tapped in with me right now in the comments section, go ahead and say hello to your boy. Leave me a little comment. Let me know who you are, where you're from, where you're chatting in from, all that good stuff. We are on Facebook Live today. We're on YouTube Live also. Yeah, it's going down. And I was going to put us on IG Live. I didn't even put us on IG Live today, but it is going down, and we got some crazy stuff to be chatting about today, man. So what is up to all my good people? And I think it's time to jump into this thing, man. I hope y'all are ready for it, cause your boy is ready for it. Like I've been waiting for this thing all day long. Like I'm like, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to jump in today. I'm ready to talk about some things today. I'm ready to give my opinion on some things today. And honestly, I really just hope y'all are ready to give your opinion today in the comment section. If you really want to jump in here, holla at your boy. Look, I will bring you up. You know what I'm saying? I will bring you up in the cut so we can talk together and do what we do, man. So y'all know what it is. It's Phillip Edge, everybody's favorite Uncle Phil. It's your guy, and this is Opinion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and run this thing, man. Let's go ahead and run this thing. Let's get this thing going on today. It's your guy, Phillip Edge, man. Let's do it. It's Phillip Edge. So let's talk about it, man. There is a lot of stuff going on, man, in the world of sports. I'm super excited about some things that I've seen in the world of sports. And y'all, I don't know if you all saw it yet. But the first thing that I want to talk about, which I think is major news going on right now, there is a lady right now in college basketball. Her name is Dawn Staley. I don't know if you know who Dawn Staley is, but Dawn Staley is she was an amazing basketball player, and now she is an amazing basketball coach at the University of South Carolina. And I want to jump in and chop this up because I don't know if you all recognize this, but in the world of sports, specifically college athletics, professional athletics, man, women are grossly underpaid for doing the same exact job that men do. I mean, like, when I say grossly underpaid, I'm talking, men are making professional basketball multi-millions. Women might be making a couple $100,000 a year, and that's like the best players, right? So today we actually get news that Dawn Staley, the head coach of the University of South Carolina, she just inked a new deal, y'all. A 7-year contract worth $22.4 million, making her the highest paid women's basketball coach who happens to be African American. This man, she's 51 years old. It said, y'all see it right here, inked a 7-year, $22.4 million contract with the Gamecocks on Friday, making her the highest paid black coach in women's basketball. That is amazing right there. And I don't know about you, but the moment I read this, first of all, I wanted to say, I was like, congratulations. Yeah. Shouts out to Dawn Staley. Congratulations. This is like a huge, huge deal. And if you look at it, it says that Staley got a raise and extension in 2017. Her new salary will be $1 million per year with outside compensation beginning at $1.9 million in the first year, escalating by $100,000 every year after that. So Dawn Staley has been doing a whole lot of things. She's been the national coach of the year. She's led her team to the #1 ranking in basketball, and literally she's also won a college basketball championship. And honestly, had it not been for COVID, she might have won it again last year, because her teams have been completely balling out of control, y'all. So again, shouts out to Dawn Staley. She is like literally up there right now. Gino Auriemma, if you know anything about him, he is the head basketball coach of UConn. He makes about $2.8 million a year, and she's gonna be on up there with the greats, man, with those folks who are making that big bag. So I'm excited. I really am excited for Dawn Staley. I'm excited for women's sports, man. There's a lot happening and going on within the women's basketball ranks, and people really trying to do what they can do to just really work to get our women, man, get our women up to equality, up to the same equity that they deserve. I've been watching even some of our, like, specifically our basketball players in the NBA. Some of them are donating money, doing a whole lot of different things to make sure that our women can get that equality in their sports ranks. Because again, some of them, hey, they work hard out there. You know what I'm saying? So again, just shouts out to that lady, Dawn Staley. Shouts out to South Carolina making the move, doing what they need to do, which I thought was super, super awesome, man. So shouts out to that. It continuing on with culture though, and talking about some things in the culture. It's Phillip Edge. We got some serious things happening right now, y'all. I happened to be looking this morning on the news, and I don't know if you actually checked out the news today, but today, man, we got word that our brother Colin Powell actually passed away, man. Colin Powell. If you don't know Colin Powell, literally, man, Colin Powell was the first Black U.S. Secretary of State. He literally died today at the wonderful age of 84 years old. Colin Powell passed away, man, and I was like, whoa, Colin Powell, like the Colin Powell. I mean, this guy right here, off the chains. He did so much, man. And if we look just some of the things that Colin Powell did, first Black U.S. Secretary of State. And then here's the thing, though. He died from complications of COVID, and this is what his family is reporting and letting people know. Complications of COVID. That is what he died from. Powell had several different leadership positions in many different Republican administrations, doing foreign policy and stuff like that. But that right there, that's like a big deal. And honestly, this morning it wasn't like it was making major news. Like I don't know about you all, but I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, what in the world's going on? This is Colin Powell, like the Colin Powell, like the former Secretary of State Colin Powell, and it's not making major news. Like I thought we should get like a news break or something like that. When you hear news that Colin Powell passed away, and honestly, I didn't even know he was sick. But in the news article, man, it was speaking about how he had cancer, which that's what it's looking like. He had cancers and which compromised his immune system, and because he was immunocompromised, he did pass from complications of COVID, which that blew my mind right there. I was just like, wow, man, wow, like Colin Powell was and has been a huge influence on so many people. So today, what I wanted to do, I wanted to share Colin Powell's, just in honor of Colin Powell. Colin Powell had 13 rules of leadership, and I just wanted to share those 13 rules of leadership with those of you who are watching today. I think they are good things to really grasp and really just hold on to and understand, man, when we think about just leadership. Now here's the thing. If you are leading anybody, you need to pay close attention to these 13 rules right now, because these are the 13 things that Colin Powell said that he lived by. Now, I know some of you are like, well, am I a leader? Am I a leader? Listen, yes, we're all leaders. And given the right circumstances, we can all be leaders. So if you're not necessarily leading people right now, that doesn't matter, because you got to lead yourself, right? You got to lead yourself. So let me help you out real quick. Yep. Jones says, yep. Terry, I'm telling you, why was this not like on major news everywhere? Why didn't like the whole world like stop? Because Colin Powell has been such an instrumental figure, and especially in American politics and global politics. I personally just thought that it would make a bigger headline than it did. And Terry Jones, why do you got those Cowboys things on your little logo thing there? Why? We're going to talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let me get to Colin Powell's 13 rules of leadership, and I think all of them are good, but I want to start rule number 1. You see it on the screen right there. It ain't as bad as you think. It will look better in the morning. And now that right there, yeah, that needs one of those right there. It ain't as bad as you think. Now, I don't know where you are. I don't know what you got going on right now, but somebody needs to hear and understand that it's not as bad as you think. And honestly speaking, tomorrow is going to show up. And when tomorrow shows up, guess what? It's going to be better in the morning, right? I know even right now, some of you, you're hurt, you're down, you're trying to fight this quote unquote depression. And like literally, you think it's bad, but here's the thing: you woke up today, and every day we wake up, we have this thing called opportunity. So I'm just sharing with you right now, it ain't as bad as you think, and let me even take it a step further. It could be worse. Like it could be worse. I had a friend of mine. He just went over to Africa, and he was talking to me about some of the country that he went to in Africa. And he was talking about like man, like some of those folks, they made little to nothing. Like running water is a privilege. He talked about like honestly, before he went, he was looking. He's like, man, my house it's not that much. But when he got over there and he saw some of the things that people are living in, and some of the things that people had to go through, again, he came back with a different perspective. Why? Because he said, you know what? It's really not as bad as you think. And I really want to share that, because that is rule number 1 from Colin Powell. Rule number 2, get mad, then get over it. Yeah. It reminds me of a scripture that I read in this old book. It said, be angry, but sin not. I mean, there's this book that I read, from time to time, and that's the kind of thing that it speaks about, right? Get mad, but get over it, man. I mean, time is too short. Time is too short, and we don't got time to be staying mad and staying frustrated. We gotta continue to press and focus in on life and living it to the best of our ability. So listen, get mad, but go ahead and get over it. Rule number 3, avoid having your ego so close to your position that when your position falls, your ego goes with it. Ooh-wee, that is so good. Quit trying to be the position. Quit trying to tie everything with the position, right? Like literally, you got to be able to separate those two. You are so much more than the position, and quit trying to tie everything in to the position. That's rule number 3. Number 4, I love number 4. It can be done. Somebody needs to catch that one right there. You need to, you need to catch that one right there. It can be done. I don't care what it looks like. It can be done. And listen to me, somebody's doing it right now. And if you don't do it, somebody will do it. So you may as well go forward and go do it, because it can be done. You may have to figure it out. You might have to play with some things. You may have to experiment a little bit, but listen, it can be done. So listen, whatever that thing is right now that you're thinking about that you want to do, I'm sharing this with you. Go do it. Go do it. Step out in faith and go do the thing, because you have everything you need to see it to pass, to see it get done. So get on out there and get that thing done, because it can be done. Rule number 5, be careful what you choose. You might just get it. Right? Be careful. Wait, but that's that. Yeah, that one's fire right there. Be careful what you choose, because you just might get it. I tell people all the time, are you sure that's what you want? Are you sure that's what you want? Because whatever you want, that will come to pass, especially if you stand believing in faith and believing that you're going to get that thing. So you got to always ask yourself, are you sure this is what you want? And oh yeah, by the way, quit settling for less than. That ain't even one of the rules, but I just felt like I need to share that with somebody watching us right now. Quit settling for less than. Quit settling for less than you deserve. Quit settling for less than you're able to attain. Quit settling and go get it. But be careful, because whatever you choose, you might just get. Rule number 6, don't let adverse facts stand in the way of a good decision. I felt that in my shana right there. Don't let adverse facts stand in the way of a good decision. When you get locked in, and if you believe it, it can happen. Let me say it again. If you believe it, it can happen. And just because you haven't seen it happen doesn't mean that it's not able to happen. It just means that you ain't done it yet. So don't let people steer you wrong and tell you that it can't happen or it can't be done, because I'm telling you right now, I believe that it can. I believe that it can. So don't let adverse facts stand in the way of the good decision. Make a decision, stand on it, and keep on going. Rule number 7, you can't make someone else's decision. You shouldn't let someone else make yours. Woo-wee. Right? You can't change nobody's mind, and you can't force anybody to do anything. So quit trying to do that, and quit allowing people to do that towards you. It's your life, it's your decision, and you need to make those decisions and rock with that thing. Rule number 8, check the small things, y'all. Y'all, it's never the big things that take us off course. It's always the little things. It's always the ants of your life. We're so busy focusing on all the big things, but the ants are stealing all the food from the refrigerator, y'all. So be careful about the small things, and make sure you check those things, because that's where the difference happens. It happens in the small things. Rule number 9, share credit. You didn't do it all by yourself. And since you didn't do it all by yourself, make sure you share credit with everybody else. Rule number 10, remain calm and be kind. I like that. Remain calm. Let me say it this way. Chill. Right? Just chill out. Don't get so overexerted, man, and overexert yourself. Just remain calm and be kind to people, man. Be kind to people. And number 10 or number 11 right there, have a vision and be demanding. Have a vision. In fact, have the vision, write the vision, make the vision plain, but be demanding on the thing that you can see. Because remember, if you can see it, you can believe it and you can achieve it, but you have to be able to see it first. So have a vision and be demanding of that vision. Number 12, don't take counsel of your fears or naysayers, right? So there are so many people right now, y'all, and they are literally praying on your downfall. They praying for your downfall. They want to see your downfall. So don't worry about your haters, and don't worry about those fears. Literally keep on pushing and keep on going forward, because that is the direction of the thing that you want in life. So we got to keep on going there. And then rule number 13, perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. That is good. That is good. Perpetual optimism. That means when you can see it and you can believe it and you can stand on it, there is something that happens. That perpetual optimism, that's literally like compound interest of your life. Like the compound interest of your life, that's that optimism. Did you all know that literally when you are positive, positivity can change the environment? There are studies. A lady, her name is Barbara Fredrickson. She actually has a book that she wrote on this very thing, and she's talking about this and talking about how literally positivity can change the game. They did some research on doctors, and they gave doctors like just some candy, just simple candy, and when they gave doctors the candy, the doctors who they gave the candy to, they made positive diagnosis, I forgot, a large percentage of the time more quickly and more effectively just by having something positive, right? A little piece of candy. They did the same survey with little kids, right? And they were doing little block tests, and they told the kids to think of something that makes you happy, and kids thought of like Jell-O or something like that, right? Jell-O, pudding, pops. Anyways, but so they thought about things that made them happy, and in thinking about things that made them happy, they fared so much better on the test. Why? Because their mindset was in the right frame of mind. Positivity, that perpetual optimism, it is a force multiplier, and it is a big thing. So listen, in honor of Colin Powell, General Colin Powell wanted to share his 13 rules of leadership with you. I think they're really, really good. And I think if you can take just take a couple of these things right here, because it's good. Go on a snapshot, a little picture of this right here, because I'm telling you right now, this right here, and taking rules like this and living them out, this is something that I truly believe can really shift and change your life, right? It can shift and change your life. So here's the thing. We're talking about COVID a little bit, right? And again, I told you Colin Powell passed from COVID. So I want to switch gears just a little bit and talk a little bit about my guy, Cam Newton. Cam Newton, the former Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton, the former New England Patriots, Cam Newton, the unemployed quarterback, Cam Newton. So y'all sit tight. Make sure you share this out with somebody right now, y'all. Share this out with somebody. Let them know, man. Let them know we are live right now. We are talking about it. If you've got an opinion, make sure you share your opinion in the comment section, because I want to know your opinion. This is stuff that's happening, man. This is stuff that's happening in the real world right now. But as soon as we get back from this quick little stinger, we're going to talk just a little bit about your boy, Cam Newton. Let's talk about it, y'all. You're on Opinions. It's Phillip Edge. So Cam Newton, there are a lot of people who made speculation that Cam Newton, literally, he is not playing on an NFL roster right now, because a lot of people say and believe that it's because he did not get vaccinated, y'all. He didn't get vaccinated. And there are a lot of people right now who are saying that because Cam Newton did not get vaccinated, that's why he got cut from the New England Patriots. Now, I don't know if that's the truth or not, because, I mean, the guy that they brought in, man, he's balling out of control. He's a rookie. He's doing what he needs to do. Cam Newton is getting a little bit older, but the question is this: if there is speculation that Cam Newton is not on an NFL roster because he did not get vaccinated, y'all, what would happen, or what should happen, if Cam Newton actually got vaccinated? Like what do you all think should happen if Cam Newton gets vaccinated? Like should an NFL roster pick him up? I mean, being honest, there are a lot of places right now who could use somebody like a Cam Newton. I mean, let's think about it for a second. Are there 31 other NFL quarterbacks who are better than Cam Newton? I don't know. I don't know if there are really 31 other quarterbacks in the league right now who are better than Cam Newton. Could he really make a difference on somebody's team? I kind of think he could make a difference on somebody's team, y'all. I think Cam Newton could do some things and really make a shift, man, make an impact on someone's team. I know one team that he could do a great job with, the New York doggone Giants. That's my team. Come on, somebody. Yeah. I mean, he could get on them doggone Giants and do something. I need a little help. Somebody help me out, man. Cam Newton could do some things, but what would happen if Cam Newton got vaccinated? I want to talk just a little bit about it, but in fact, I don't want to talk about it. Let's let Cam Newton talk about it for the people, because this is what our friend Cam Newton is saying. Let's see what's Cam Newton say about actually being vaccinated. Let's hear it from Cam. Let's hear Cam.
Here recently, just to clear the air, I got the vaccination. You don't judge. I ask that you gain inspiration and you also support.
Let me pause it, man, because looking at Cam Newton, man, Cam Newton sound like he trying to do what he needed to do to get up in the football game. Cam Newton literally just said a man's got to do what a man's got to do. So whatever was going on, whatever personal decision Cam Newton was making, whatever stand that he would, whatever it was, Cam Newton has made a decision to say, hey, listen, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And he went and he actually got the vaccination. Now, I don't know about you all, but I'm really interested right now to see what's gonna happen. Like for real, like if the problem was Cam Newton was not vaccinated, right? And that's the reason why Cam Newton wasn't on an NFL team. All right, let's just play suppose, y'all. Let's play suppose. If that's the reason why Cam Newton wasn't on an NFL roster and hasn't been on an NFL roster, and that's the reason why New England cut him, well, what's going to be the reason he's not on an NFL roster now? Because if the man went, and I mean, like Cam Newton, honestly speaking, Cam Newton is a potential Hall of Famer. Like I don't know. What do y'all think? Is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer? Is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer? I think he could be, man. I think Cam Newton changed the game. Y'all, what do y'all think? Is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer without winning an NFL championship? He got there. He's changed the game. I know he's probably the all-time everything over at Carolina right now. Is Cam Newton a Hall of Famer? I think that's a big question, man. That's a big question. But right now, I'm watching Cam Newton. And I'm watching Cam Newton say, you know what, I'm going and I'm getting vaccinated. I'm doing the right thing because, again, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And if a man's got to do what a man's got to do and he did it, well, there should be nothing stopping any NFL team from bringing in Cam Newton. As the Giants, we just lost our starter. We literally just lost our starting quarterback, and you're telling me that the guy that we have in, I don't even know the guy's name. I'm gonna have to look him up. I don't even know this guy's name, but I know he ain't better than no doggone Cam Newton. I know he's not better than this potential Hall of Famer Cam Newton. Like, come on, y'all. Like, really, why is Cam Newton at home, especially after he has got this vaccination, which allegedly was the thing that has kept him out of football? Cam Newton says he did it. Y'all heard it. It was his mouth. He spoke about it. He said a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And because a man's got to do what a man's got to do, he went and he did it and he got the vaccination. Now listen, I'm not sitting here telling you to go get it. I'm not telling you not to get it. What I am saying is there is speculation that the reason Cam Newton is not in football right now is because Cam Newton was not vaccinated, right? Because if you all remember, if you all just rewind for a second, remember he was at New England and he asked to leave to go and he got approval to leave New England. And once he left New England, what happened was there was some loophole rule that made him have to sit out. And from that moment that he sat out, he missed the final preseason game, and in missing the final preseason game, then New England makes this decision, right? Because he was out because of the COVID protocol. So they made this decision to go ahead and part ways with Cam Newton. So again, there are teams right now who could use a quarterback. New York Giants. There are teams right now who could use a potential Hall of Famer. I was asking y'all, is he a Hall of Famer? I don't know. I know he's pretty doggone good, and I can sit here and honestly say that there are not 31 quarterbacks in the NFL better than what I believe Cam Newton is. Even if you look at just what he did in the preseason, he played relatively well in the preseason. He looked healthy for once in the preseason, and you're telling me that this guy can't help somebody win games? I mean, come on, man. I think there's several other teams out there who are like this also, but why is Cam Newton sitting down doing nothing? Washington Redskins, Cam Newton, He could help somebody right now. So I'm telling you right now, Cam Newton is out there. But this thing with COVID, y'all, it's super serious, man. It's super serious. And when we think about people like my boy, old Cameron Newton, at the end of the day, he could help somebody play some football. And I'm hoping, the New York Giants hear that. New York Giants, I hope you're listening right now, because there's a quarterback out there, the former Superman. He might not be what he used to be, but he is much better than what you currently got right now. I mean, I don't know. I think we got some high schoolers out there playing quarterback right now, y'all. Cam Newton can definitely help out. Cam Newton can definitely help out. So look, we talked a little bit about sports today, man. We talked a little bit about culture today, and I want to continue on just talking a little bit about culture. Many of you may have seen what I posted, and I asked the question. I said, is cancel culture dead? Is cancel culture dead? And for those of you who don't know, just paraphrasing, cancel culture is literally this new culture that we have in America, in which if you say something that people don't like, literally it's almost like people gang up on you and they will get rid of you. If you're a public figure and they don't like what you said, shoom, you gone, buddy. You will be gone. You will not be able to do anything. So when we come back after this stinger, man, I want to talk just a little bit about cancel culture, and to ask the question, is cancel culture dead? What do you all think? Is cancel culture dead? Is it dead? Would you like it to be dead? We're going to talk about it, you all. This is Opinions. It's everybody's favorite uncle. You got Uncle Phil, y'all. Let's get it. It's Phillip Edge. Cancel culture, is it dead? That is the question on the table today. Cancel culture, is it dead? Do you want it to be gone? If you want it to be gone, how can we make this thing be gone? Why am I bringing up cancel culture? Because it seems like everybody is trying to cancel somebody right now. You can't say anything anymore without people being hurt, their feelings being hurt. People are getting super emotional about things nowadays. Now, granted, there are some things that we probably shouldn't say, but everything, doggone it, is not cancelable. And case in point, man, if y'all have not seen what was happening with our guy Dave Chappell the other day, Dave Chappell literally had a new comedy special just the other day. He released it. And Dave Chappell made some statements, y'all. He made some statements, and I'm not necessarily here to argue what he said, whether it was right or whether it was wrong. What I am here to talk about is something that happened that I thought was super, super interesting in all of this, right? So there are a lot of people, right? So let me rewind for a second. Dave Chappell's comedy special is on Netflix, right? It's on Netflix. So when Dave Chappelle came on, and I'm just going to be honest, Dave Chappelle was equal opportunity. Dave Chappelle, during his comedy special, did he go a little overboard? He might have gone just a little bit overboard. I mean, but it's Dave Chappelle, y'all. It's Dave Chappelle. This is what he does. This is what he talks about, y'all. He talks about all kind of craziness, man. And literally, I don't think Dave Chappelle spared anybody during his special. He talked literally about everybody, right? Because that's what Dave Chappelle does, right? He talks about anybody and everybody, and Dave Chappelle did, right? So in talking about everybody, Dave Chappelle made a couple of statements, and again, whether you agree with him or disagree with him, he made some statements about Lil Baby, the rapper, right? I think Lil Baby, Dub Baby, one of them babies, right? He made some statements about this guy, and literally, I think it's Lil Baby. Lil Baby, Dub Baby. Somebody correct me. Somebody help me out watching right now. Lil Baby, Dub Baby, who is it? One of them. But he made some statements in regards to the rapper. And long story short, the rapper had made some statements in regards to the LGBTQ community during one of his concerts. And literally, he got canceled. Like literally, we ain't heard from the baby since since then because he got canceled. Now, again, I'm not condoning what he said. I'm not even saying that was right. What I'm saying is this is a fact and this is what happened, right? He got canceled. So Dave Chappell on his comedy special, he's talking about this. He says, so y'all telling me that we're going to cancel the baby, right? When for making the statements that he made, but we're not going to cancel the baby for literally killing a man in Walmart. And Dave Chappell was like, no, literally, you can go and Google this. The man, I don't know if it was self-defense or what, but the man, like, somebody died in Walmart, and that didn't cancel the guy. But what did wind up canceling the guy was the statements that he made. So, again, Dave Chappell is really kind of honing in, saying, come on, y'all, are we serious here? You know, we're making statements, and again, I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong, but this man literally killed somebody, and it was fine. Everybody was cool with that. It was okay. But the moment he opens his mouth and makes a statement that whether he believed it or not, whether it is right or wrong, he made a statement and we cancel him because of that? But we didn't cancel him because he murdered somebody or killed somebody? I mean, come on now. What is going on? This is what is happening with cancel culture. So the backlash of all this was there was supposed to be a boycott of Netflix. There were supposed to be people who were working at Netflix who were supposed to basically have a walkout during it and at Netflix and whatnot. And it's interesting because I'm watching Dave Chappelle here, and in watching Dave Chappelle here, it was interesting to see what the president and CEO of Netflix says, y'all. And this blew my mind. Y'all look at this, man. Look at this right here. The president and CEO from Variety, this is on Twitter right here. Y'all can check it out. But the president and CEO, he said this, man. He said this. He said, with the closer, that's the name of Dave Chappelle's show. With the closer, we understand that the concern is not about offensive to some content, but titles which could increase real-world harm, such as further marginalizing already marginalized groups, hate, violence, etc. This is what the CEO wrote, right? So check this out. He is saying, okay, so I understand this. I understand that there are concerns about Dave Chappelle and the offensive content that he could have said and about how it could increase harm to people who are already marginalized. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, all right, now where are you going with this thing, right? Where are you going with this thing? Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, So then he goes on and he said this, y'all, look at this statement right here. He said, last year, we heard similar concerns about 365 Days and violence against women. 365 Days, another Netflix show, right? We heard the same concerns about 365 Days and violence against women, says Sorandos, right? It says this, while some employees disagree, we have a strong belief that content on screen doesn't directly translate to real world harm. Y'all, this is major right here, what he is saying. This is the president and CEO of Netflix saying, well, wait a minute, I don't believe, and we don't believe, that things that you see on screen directly translate to the real world harm of people, specifically people who are already marginalized. This is what he's saying. And honestly, this blew my mind right here because I was not expecting somebody of his stature to really say this. But y'all, when I tell you, it did not stop there. This brother went on and he made another statement. He says this. Check this out, y'all. He says, the strongest evidence to support this. Now, when he's speaking about this, he's talking about his claim about how the content that people view, it doesn't necessarily translate into real world harm, okay? So that's the stance that the CEO is making. He's saying just because you see something on TV or you hear something on TV, it doesn't necessarily translate to people being further marginalized. This is what he's saying. So if you look on the screen, he's going on, he says, I'm going to prove this to you. And this is how he proves it. He said this, the strongest evidence to support this is that the violence on screen has grown hugely over the last 30 years, especially with first-party shooter games. And yet, violent crimes has fallen significantly in many countries, wrote the co-CEO. Whoa, mind blown. Mind blown. The CEO just took a stand. Y'all, these are his words, not my words. And the CEO is using the evidence, right? The evidence that he's using to support this claim is the fact that he's saying violence on screen has grown a whole bunch. And he's using the first party shooter games. So he's saying people are using, Call of Duty and things like that. So they're on these screens playing these games, shooting them up, bang, bang. They're shooting everything up. And he's saying, yet, even though there is more violence on screen, he's saying that violent crimes have fallen significantly in many countries. So, therefore, he's saying there isn't really a correlation between the things that you see on the screen and the impact that it has on people. So he's literally standing by Dave Chappell. Let's go on and see what else he says. Let's go on, because he goes on, y'all. He says, adults can watch violence, assault, and abuse, or enjoy shocking stand-up comedy without it causing them to harm others. Wow. Wow. This is the co-CEO of Netflix. He said adults can watch violence. So you can see violence on TV. Adults can watch assault and abuse on television. You can see it. You can bring it into your eye ducts. He says, and he's correlating the two, or you can even enjoy shocking stand-up, saying that Dave Chappell's comedy, although it may be a little risque and over the edge, it may be shocking. He's saying that adults, you can watch this without it causing harm to them and to others. This right here, you all, blew my mind. It blew my mind. I don't know if I've ever seen another CEO make these kinds of claims and make these kinds of statements. Literally, he's saying, y'all, we standing by Dave Chappell. We're standing by Dave Chappell. And again, this is blowing my mind. So my question for y'all is, when you have CEOs like this, the CEO of Netflix, standing behind a comedian who is, y'all, he is saying some things. He is pushing the envelope. This is Dave Chappelle we're talking about. Is cancel culture officially dead or on the verge of being dead when people can actually speak now, can say the things that are on their mind, can say it without other people feeling so offended that they must be canceled? Is that the truth? Is that where we're going? Is cancel culture now over? I was watching Damon Wayans, and Damon Wayans made a statement. Damon Wayans literally said, he's like, man, I am so glad that literally Dave Chappelle said what he said. And he says, I feel like I'm free finally. This is another comedian, right? I feel like I'm free finally. I can finally have conversation and talk about things and poke fun at things and laugh about things. I can finally do those kinds of things as a comedian. Why? Because Dave Chappelle has freed us. And we're seeing people like the co-CEO, Ted Sarandos, double down in defense of Dave Chappelle. Y'all, I never would have thought that I would have seen this, particularly with cancel culture being as prevalent as it is in the U.S., right? It is prevalent. It is going down. It seems like everybody's always talking about canceling somebody. But Dave Chappelle, y'all, Dave Chappelle, and if you haven't seen Closer, I would definitely recommend you all going and checking out Closer. It is risque. Hide your kids, hide your wife, like hide everybody, because there's a lot of profanity in there. It is profanity laden. If you can't take that, then don't go see the Closer. But in the Closer, Dave Chappelle, like I said, he talked about everybody, y'all. But this is Dave Chappelle. He uses shock and awe many times when he is speaking to people. But the question is cancel culture finally being deaded, right? Are we finally getting to the place in where people can say things and people's skin may be a little thicker? Are we kind of going backwards where people would be able to say things? Listen, there is a saying that I have and I stand on it. You don't always have to see eye to walk hand in hand, right? I don't always have to agree with everybody or agree with everything everybody says, but that also doesn't necessarily mean I got to cancel people just because I'm in disagreement with them, or just because I don't like what they said. That means I have free choice. And this is just my personal opinion. I got free choice. I don't got to watch him. I don't got to listen to him. You don't got to watch Dave Chappelle. You don't got to listen to him. You can literally turn it off, right? You can turn it off. And for us, honestly speaking, there are a lot of people who will say things like canceling Dave Chappelle will hurt Dave Chappelle. But Dave Chappelle told us, Dave Chappelle says he's rich. Like, for real, like, this is what Dave Chappelle said. He said, I'm rich, and you can try to cancel me if you want, but you can't cancel me because I'm rich. I don't have to be here anyways, right? So these are the thoughts that Dave Chappelle is having. So it's very, very interesting, but I want to know from you, my family, right? I want to know from you, is cancel culture dead, right? Is Dave Chappelle opening back up Pandora's box? Do we look to see other people finally be able to speak their piece and say their piece? Or are people still going to kind of back down because they're afraid that if they say something, they will be canceled? And that's just being super, super real. That's being super, super real, y'all. So anyways, y'all, this is just the first, man. This is just the first episode. And I'm thinking I'm going to call this opinions because everybody has one, man. And I definitely want to get the opinions of the viewers, whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay. I want to get the opinions of the viewers. What saith you, right? What saith you? Is it the case or is it not the case? So today's just the first of many episodes that we are going to be releasing. What do y'all think? Opinions? Do we like that name? Do we not like that name? Y'all tell me in the comments box, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Let me know. Should I stick with that? Opinions? If you got something better, let your boy know, man. Let your boy know. So listen, every single Monday we will be coming, giving you our opinion as we talk about culture, as we talk about sports, and as we all wrap it all in faith, because you know what everybody's opinions do. We got to take the opinions and take it up. I see you, Trinka. I see you. We got to take the opinions up, right? And make sure our opinions are the opinion of that person up on top, man. So we gonna rock with this thing. We gonna have fun with this thing. But this is a conversation. Is cancel culture done? That's the question that I'm going to leave y'all with, man. And with that being said, it's your guy, Phillip Edge, man. This is Opinions, or maybe something different. We'll talk to y'all next Monday, 6:30. Holla at your boy.
Edge life, you're too close to the ledge. We gon' push you forward a few steps ahead. It's that edge life. Oh, oh, gotta get it in your head, baby. Welcome to the edge life. You're too close to the ledge. We gon' push you forward a few steps ahead.